Want to stand out and prove your worth? Want to make women do what you want? So let's get started. Do it, and see how they like that side of you. She has no interest in you. Will it continue to feed this anguish? Turn that on now. Be firm and recognize your value. How many times have you found yourself insisting on someone who has already made it clear, directly or indirectly, that they don't want to be with you? The pain of rejection hurts, but continuing to put yourself in situations that only reinforce that pain is a habit that needs to be broken. You deserve more than emotional crumbs. You need to understand that running after those who don't want you is the same as running in circles. You get tired, you get hurt, and in the end, you don't move from your place. Enough of that. It's time to turn this game around. It's time to turn that key inside you. The decision to stop diminishing oneself begins today, now. Before we go any further, I need to tell you that it's time to start practicing something strong, concrete, that will change your life and your relationships. Always put yourself first in everything. And today, by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the notification bell, you will not miss any of the next videos where we will direct your mental development. Yes, that's the only request I make of you. For you, it's just one click. But for me, it's what makes you change the lives of more siblings through words of motivation. We make this daily commitment to you, so please commit to us. We are brave. Let's continue. The person who really cares about you leaves no doubt. She approaches, wants to be around, she demonstrates. When all you feel is emptiness, an absence, an eternal wait for messages that don't arrive, answers that never come, or attention that seems to cost a lot. The truth is only one. This person has already decided, and you need to decide too. Stop nurturing hopes that only put you deeper into the abyss of emotional dependence. Affection starts with you. True admiration comes from within. And when you decide to treat yourself with dignity, people who don't know how to recognize it simply don't have space anymore. Your time is sacred. Your presence is a privilege. And it's heart, a territory that deserves to be inhabited by those who also want to plant love, presence, and respect. Don't take less than what you offer. Don't settle for the absence of reciprocity. The world does not revolve around a single person. There are billions of souls out there. And you're there, clinging to one that doesn't even recognize the brightness you carry. This is not love, it is attachment. An unresolved attachment only generates suffering. Take control of your story. From today on, decide to be a priority in your life. Don't beg for attention. Don't beg for affection. Don't insist where there's no longer room for you. Invest in your growth, in your peace, in your well-being, and let time take away what is not yours. What remains is because it belongs. Have you ever noticed how insisting on someone who doesn't see you only distances you from those who could really value you? While you are stuck in this cycle of expectation and frustration, life is passing by, and opportunities for true happiness are being ignored because of an illusion. That person you've been waiting for has probably moved on. He is living other stories, making other choices, and you are still there, wondering what you did wrong, trying to find signs where there are only absences. This is emotional self-sabotage. It's like digging a hole with your bare hands and complaining about the darkness. It's time to face reality with courage. If she doesn't want to be by your side, great. Better to know this now than to continue cultivating a garden where the other person doesn't even want to plant a flower. Do not insist where there is no reciprocity. That energy you waste on someone who doesn't reciprocate could be used to transform your life, regain your self-esteem. Do not depend on the validation of those who do not know how to recognize your value. Your essence should not be in negotiation with those who only come to you when it is convenient. Value your company. Discover pleasures that depend only on you. Reinvent yourself. Hurts? Of course it hurts. But pain is also an invitation to transformation. The difference between those who sink and those who free themselves is the choice to get up. And you have that strength. She's already in there. It just needs to be activated. And who activates this is you, not the other. Now imagine yourself free from this obsession, this dependence, this repetitive cycle. Imagine yourself at peace, light, looking at yourself with pride for having overcome this phase. This is possible, and it starts with a single step. Stop insisting on those who have gone out of your way a long time ago. This battle is internal. It's you against your own destructive standards. But the good news is, you can win. You can change. And when that happens, what seems impossible today will become small in the face of its new version. The version that finally understands that self-love is not selfishness, it is freedom. You need to start understanding one thing. It's not pride, it's not arrogance, it's not coldness, it's clarity. Clarity that you deserve a fair exchange, a true presence, a reciprocal love. No more carrying alone something that should be light, mutual and healthy. When you stop chasing, what's left is revealing. If the person never returns, it is because they never had a real intention of staying. And that doesn't diminish you. Quite the opposite. It sets you free. It shows you that it was deliverance disguised as disillusionment. The worst prison that exists is the one where you put yourself waiting for those who won't come. And many times it won't come at all, because those who really want to be by your side find time, space, motives and paths. When there is no such movement, silence has already answered by itself. Don't be the only one responsible for maintaining an emotional connection. This is tiring, this weakens, and sooner or later, you end up empty, trying to figure out where you got lost. What you need to do is rescue yourself, to rescue their identity, their strength, their dignity. And you know what's most beautiful about all of this? The rebirth. The time when you realize that you no longer feel that pain, that lack, that anguish. When you start to see this absence as a blessing, and no longer as a punishment. This is the real restart. No more begging for messages, attention, crumbs of presence. No more adapting to fit into a space where you have never really been welcomed. The time is now for reconstruction, to look ahead, to become someone who doesn't accept less than what they deserve. You're not alone. All of us, at some point, have felt invisible to someone who occupied our heart. But no, this passes. And when it passes, life shows that all that was necessary to teach you what it is to truly love, starting with yourself. Now that you've understood that insisting on those who don't value you is a path of no return to frustration, it's time to focus on what really matters. You, your journey, its evolution. The time has come to change the focus from those who don't care to those who have always been there with you, yourself. Your energy is too precious to be wasted on someone who can't even recognize your presence. Value every second you have, every opportunity to grow, every chance to reinvent yourself. Life doesn't stop, and you can't stop for those who don't look back. The pain you feel today will turn into maturity. It will become resistance. And later on, it will become wisdom. But this only happens when you decide to let go of attachment, let go of emotional weights, and make room for the new. Only then will something really good come in. Reflect. How many doors have you closed by insisting on a single window? How many opportunities for true love, for light relationships, for sincere connections are you ignoring because you are stuck in a memory that is no longer part of the now? This is not a story about loss. It's a story about freedom, about taking back power, about rising from the emotional ruins and discovering that there is still a whole world waiting to see you shine. You weren't born to crawl after anyone. You were born to be light wherever you go, not anyone's shadow. Allow yourself to reconnect with what is really good for you. It can be a new project, a hobby, friendships that welcome you, or even a silence that finally brings you peace. The important thing is that your reconstruction begins today, and it starts when you understand that enough is enough. You don't need to be loved by those who don't know how to love you. You need to learn to love yourself so much, that those who are not able to keep up with you are naturally left behind. Because his trajectory no longer has room for those who only know how to slow his steps. You have no more time to waste with those who don't want to add up. And honestly, it's not about that person anymore. It's about you, about who you can be. When you free yourself from this tie that binds you to a place of pain and low self-esteem. About what you build when you decide to let go of what no longer makes sense. It's past time to stop idealizing those who don't respond. To stop creating stories where there is no plot, of trying to justify attitudes that only show one thing. You were never a priority, and if it wasn't, it's not your fault. But it is your responsibility not to continue in this cycle. The right person doesn't make you feel invisible. She sees you deeply, listens to you with her heart, and welcomes you sincerely. True love does not diminish you, it does not exhaust you. It does not weaken you. He drives you, supports you, gives you security, and that's what you deserve. This phase you are facing will become a turning point in your story. Because once you learn to put yourself first, no one else can put you second. You stop accepting what is not consistent with your value. And he starts to live in a lighter, freer, more real way. No more feeding expectations in cold hearts. Enough of insisting on relationships that only suck you in. No more pretending that everything is fine when inside you there is a cry for change. This change starts now, not tomorrow, not when she comes back, but now. You are more than this pain. It's more than that weight. It is more than this lack. You are whole, complete, and worthy of living an effective life based on respect, truth, and reciprocity. And nothing less than that should be accepted. Self-love needs to stop being a beautiful concept and become a daily practice. He is the one who will prevent you from running back to arms that only welcome you when it is convenient. He is the one who will remind you every day that you don't need to diminish yourself to fit into anyone's life. You've given too much. You've waited too long. He has believed in words that never became attitudes. Now is the time to change this script. To take control of your narrative and choose a new path. One where you're the protagonist, not an extra in someone's story. You don't need another chance with those who ignored you. You need a chance with yourself. A new phase, a new posture, a new look. Because whoever lost you may never have really known you. But you now have the chance to get to know yourself better than ever. And from this reunion with himself, things begin to change. You start to attract people who vibrate at the same frequency. He begins to build truer relationships. He begins to see the world with different eyes. And what was once empty becomes space for the new to flourish. There's no shame in having felt too much. The shame would be to continue in this same place, knowing that you deserve more. And you know, deep down, you know that the end of this cycle has come. Not because it didn't hurt, but because it's no longer worth prolonging a pain that only exists because of your insistence. Take that step, with courage, firmly, with dignity. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, only for himself, that he is capable of getting up, of healing, of following, of winning. What comes now is a phase of rebirth. And it starts when you say goodbye, with respect, to everything that no longer serves you. We have reached the end of this message, but what it carries needs to echo within you. Perhaps today there is still pain. Perhaps the heart is still in ruins. But that doesn't define his fate. What defines you are the choices you make from here. You have a value that cannot be measured by the absence of anyone. Your strength does not depend on the presence of someone who did not know how to love. What really builds you is the way you rebuild yourself, in silence, in tears, in faith, but always standing. Life is now. And now you need to decide whether to keep dragging yourself in search of crumbs or get up to build a feast of dignity, respect, and self-love. The choice is yours. And if you've made it this far, you've already shown that you have courage. Rewrite your story with new chapters, where you don't beg for space, but take your place firmly. Where you don't depend on feedback, because you've already understood that your essence doesn't need validation. Where your peace is worth more than any unanswered message. Love yourself so much that the silence of those who left you will never again have the strength to silence you. Live with such intensity that no one will ever dare to doubt your brilliance. And grow with such conviction that what hurts you today, tomorrow is just a reminder of a new beginning. Before closing, I need to tell you something directly. Before we go any further, I need to tell you that it's time to start practicing something strong, concrete, that will change your life and your relationships. Always put yourself first in everything. And today, by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and activating the notification bell, you will not miss any of the next videos where we will direct your mental development. Yes, that's the only request I make of you. For you, it's just one click. But for me, it's what makes you change the lives of more siblings through words of motivation. We make this daily commitment to you, so please commit to us. We are brave,